Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. This is Legit Agents. Today, another fun one for you, / important, maybe just as important as the last one. But we're gonna be talking about real estate objections and how to handle them. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. We are the Mile High Property Brothers. Eli is not here today. That's okay, he's out helping clients. Super appreciate what he's doing. We still, without falter, want to make sure we get you guys 2 videos a week, regardless, to make sure that we're helping you guys with your business, right? So Eli, instead of him being here, we got Mona Eli helping me out. But listen guys, we do these twice a week, every Tuesday and every Thursday. Please subscribe if you have an opportunity. Like it if you like it. And yes, we are licensed brokers. And yes, we are still building our network and our business. If you guys are looking to team up, we are looking to team up with other brokers to build their business and their network as well. So that number popping up below. Yes, we are the guys who answer the phone calls and the text messages. We're also the guys who handle the emails. But with that being said, let's get into it. Let's not get too elongated. Let's give a couple examples, but let's talk about real estate objection handling, what it looks like, how to keep it simplistic, just give you guys some food for thought on moving forward with your own clients. All right, guys, right out of the gate, this typically happens with listings, but we want to talk about it. It's been a topic of discussion for a long time. I still don't know why it's a topic of discussion, but we want to address it and give you guys some ideas. So, number one, discounts, right? You're selling a home, and they've heard of some other flat rate places or whatever it may be, and they would like a discount, or maybe they haven't heard of anything, but they're not quite savvy on paying full price, right? Okay, oh man, like, bummer. Hey, could be bummer, could be not. First and foremost, let's go over the pros. If you decide to give a discount, right? You give a discount, yes, that is a sign in the yard. Yes, guys, whether it was top 1% in the world and then top 0.5% in the world for Berkshire Hathaway, this was prior to our YouTube channel, right? And our YouTube channel does 13 million a month in volume now. I talk about it every video because we want to teach you guys how to do that in addition to everything else that we teach. Prior to that channel, though, everything we did to reach top 0.5% in the world was all referral based and throwing events and just being subject matter experts within our sphere of influence. We gave discounts. We still give discounts. We think we're at the top of the top. We think we're some of the best of the best. We still give discounts. Everything we talk about has really worked for us. So yes, sign in the yard. It does work. Non-represented buyers, yes, they do call. Are they going to buy that house? Potentially. But we've had people call signs in the yard. They end up not buying that house, but they bought a house and they bought it from us. We built a rapport. We had an opportunity to build that relationship. So a sign in the yard mattered. The relationship with the seller. Are they buying a house themselves? That matters. That's great that you're getting both of those, correct? Also, referrals from that person. We've literally given someone a discount before, and we average, guys, outside of our YouTube channel, we average 2 to 3 referrals per sphere of influence deal, and that's still real today. We've had one client we gave a discount to. We got 7 closed referrals in 1 year. We made more money on that commission of those 7 deals than he makes as a chef at the Four Seasons here in Denver, right? So super important. You just never know how much value you're gonna have. But those referrals mattered. So sign in the yard, win. Relationship with that client, especially if they're gonna buy a different house, win. Referrals from that client from just crushing and taking care of them, win. Fourthly, circumstantial. What if they just need to maximize as much money or as much of that equity as possible because they do have to move, or maybe they're downsizing, or guys, unfortunately, sometimes people are moving for some circumstances that are not so good, right? We've had husbands pass away, wife has to sell the house, and she's literally taking all of that equity she can to put into savings for kiddos. That's a real client. We just helped her buy her first investment property. She loves us. Guys, this is part of why we also like and love real estate. Doing the right thing is always the right thing. If it's circumstantial and people need that, like, hey, who are we not to? Your decision if you like. The bottom line is, with us building our brand and what Mile High Property Brothers represents, what our commander's intent is no matter what, we're gonna help out. Does every single person ask for a discount from us? No, but when it's feasible and when we do it, we do it. Bottom line, all the pros outweigh the cons, okay? So when we talk about that, now it's like, well, Will, how much of a discount? That's usually the question. I think realtors, right, or fully licensed brokers have gotten to the point where, hey, they understand and they're okay with giving a discount, but it's like, well, how do I have that? Percentage talk can be difficult, right? Because as brokers, we understand what 1% is. We're giving 2% off, or hey, if you want to go down to a buyer agent and go 2.8 or 2.5, right, a percentage and a half, or if you want to knock a full percentage off, depending on the price of the house, But if you tell somebody you're going to give them a 1% discount, it can be hard for sellers to like relate to like a percentage, correct? So let's just do some math. Let's say we're selling a $900,000 house, right? 900,000 times 3.2%. That'd be 28,000, okay? 28,000. Bear with me on my math. 28,800. Let's give it a percentage off, okay? 900,000 times 2.2%. 19,800. Okay, so 28,800. So 28,800 minus 19,800. You just gave them $9,000 off, right? But it's like $9,000 sounds a lot better than 1%, doesn't it? Right? So understand your audience and who you're talking to. So anytime we've given a discount, and so, hey, what are you guys thinking? Are you guys okay with that? However it comes out, Elon and I are like, yeah, hey, listen, absolutely. Whatever we can do to help your circumstance and your situation and moving forward and making you successful, guys, that's easy. We're here to help. Let me ask you, what feels adequate for you? How can I help? And depending on the price of the house, and we're looking at it, right? And I can do some of those numbers in my head, like, hey, what if I gave you $9,000 off? Would that help? Or you sometimes ask them what the discount's for. Like, hey guys, yeah, we're super open to it. What's it for? Do you guys need new furniture in your new home? Or you guys want to pay off some debt from the sale of this to help you stay super qualified for your new buy? Yeah, we'd like to do that. And we've got to pay off this credit card and that credit card. So we're just trying to maximize the best that we can. Hey, great. What if I gave you guys $5,000 off? Yeah, man, well, no, hey, 5,000 would help us. That would literally take care of that one credit card. Hey, what if I gave you guys $9,000 off? Yeah, well, for $9,000, we can literally have a dining room and a living room of new stuff for the house that we're upgrading into. Great. Well, guys, I gave them 1%. But I want to know, like, hey, I'm okay with the discount. Do I need to go to 1% right away? No. Do I need to go to 1% sometimes because they just don't have much equity and whatever it may be? Yes. The bottom line is I don't have enough intel to make that decision yet, right? But I'm super okay with any discount that's needed. But let me just ask questions and get a lot of context from you as far as what we're looking for. And then let me talk dollars, right? Let me talk dollars to a client, because saying I'm going to give you 1%, I don't know if it really resonates, right? And depending on your client, some of them are savvy in real estate. Some of them can kind of hear it. Some of them can't. The bottom line is if you speak dollars to them, people can relate a lot more to dollars than they can percentages. I would much rather tell somebody I'm giving them $9,000 off than say, hey, what if I knock this down 1% for you? I don't know. Depending on the client, who knows? But the bottom line is, guys, first and foremost, when people ask or have that conversation, we say, hey, listen, we're more than okay with it. Whatever helps you guys in your execution and getting you into that new home, or hey, whatever helps you in this execution to be successful in your way out of this house, we're all for it. Let me ask you, how can we help with a discount? What are you looking for? Do you need new furniture? Are you paying off debt? What are you looking for, so I understand the type of discount that you need? It also holds them accountable to why they want a discount, because I'm still respecting my services, but I'm being I'm being kind, and I'm asking you how can I help versus like just flat rate myself. But I also want them to speak up and tell me what they want a discount for. Just for the sake of it, just for the heck of it. Oh, you just want a discount because, wow, why the hell not? No, force them, right? Kindly put them in a situation where they have to have a conversation with you, but you've already said that you would do it and you're more than okay with it. But then have the conversation of how your discount can help them. Because ultimately, I'm okay to give a discount because I want to help you. Not because I'm not professional, not because I suck at my job, not because I'm a flat rate agent, because I want to help. So then tell me how I can help and let's roll with it. How can I help? And then as they have the conversation, you end up giving them $9,000 off and that they're more than happy. Cool, it's 1%. Let's moving forward. I've got my handy dandy notebook here for you guys today, right? We're just gonna roll right through it. Second one that we've got, a seller wants to sell too high, right? So we've got a couple of stories. I've got some of my own, but we've had circumstances, especially in a super hot market, where clients are overzealous. They're super proud of their house, and they say, hey, Will, I understand the comps. I understand everything that you're saying. I understand where your recommendation is as far as where you want to price the home, what you're looking at, right? And guys, context, when we're going over a listing presentation, we talk about the importance of driving the demand high, not starting high, right? Because appraisers go off size, condition, location, and demand. But if I start my house super, super high, and there's no demand for my house and I get one offer and the offer's below asking, why would an appraiser ever appraise that at value? There's no demand. But if we price it competitively, right? I don't mean belligerently competitively, but if you price it competitively where it needs to be, and then you allow the market to speak for itself, and the market is people, you allow people to come in with offers and go over asking and drive the price because of the demand for the home. Not only does that solidify that price, right? Well, buyers are probably also bringing appraisal gaps. In addition to that, an appraiser is much more likely to appraise your home because of the demand for the home at that price point, right? So what if someone says, hey, Will, I understand, and this is the true story, went over everything. I understand what you're saying, but hey, what if I just want to sell it at this? What if I just want to start at heel roll? Like, I just feel like that's where I want it to be. I said, I'm not your guy, right? I'm not your guy. And guys, this was not when we were top 0.5% in the world, right? This is like, I still was buying diapers for my son and I was still managing my money. I hadn't made it quote unquote yet, right? But like, one thing you guys can never do with your brand or as a professional is just be some yes man to get a sign in the yard, but you're not advising. And then you go against, like, you think that you can dictate market, or you know you can't, but you allow a client to think that they can dictate market, right? So when they're extremely high and there's no reason, I said, hey, listen, man, if that's your goal, if that's what you'd like to do, I'm just not your guy. Here's what I'm great at. And I talk about what Eli and I are great at, and I talk about how we're going to execute. And I talk about how we're going to market this home in addition to the MLS and Zillow and realtor.com. We talk about tactics that we have and how we're really going to drive traffic and allow the market to speak for itself. But what I'm not good at is thinking that I dictate what the market's going to say, right? And like, man, I would hate for me to say yes to that, because now the expectation is on me to do what you want, whether you say it's on you or not, and then it doesn't sell like you want it to sell, and now I'm not in an advisory role. And guys, you know what's worse than giving a discount? Even if somebody's full price, working with someone that is super hard to work with, that won't allow you to advise, that thinks that they understand, and maybe some arrogance in there, and they think that they completely understand that process, and they know more than you. I don't care if it's full price, that time and energy and dragging that through the mud process, it will kill your energy. It will kill your progress in your business. I would much rather give somebody a 1%, but lets me roll and advise and execute for them, and is impressed and appreciative of my work and sends me referrals and allows me to execute, than take someone full price that's going to drag me through the mud, right? So that if you have to walk away from a listing, you walk away from a listing. Bottom line. Something else, we've had people want to go a little bit higher, maybe not super high, but they want to start it slightly higher. We say, okay, hey, listen, we work for you, more than okay. However, here's the pattern of this market, and then here's what your neighborhood is showing as far as average days on market. So if we price something here and we don't get any feedback, right? Like, hey, we're getting some clicks, but we're getting no showings, it means that your photos aren't even good enough for the price point we're at. Problem. If we do get showings, but no offers, hey, we're close, but we're not quite there. Hey, after 2 weeks, guys, we've got to be super assertive, and we've got to adjust that price point back to where we've spoken about to make sure we get the traction, because what we don't want to do is have a house sit on the market way too long and then people think something's wrong with it, right? So there is a way to advise that and say, okay, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to do what you guys are asking because it's within reason. It's not drastically high like that guy I told. I'm not your guy, by the way. He hired me and we crushed it. He actually, a Vietnam vet, and he actually laughed and was like, Will, you got some balls, man. I appreciate that. And it's just like, hey, man, I'm not in the business of being dishonest to you. I know what our wheelhouse is. I know how to execute. Appreciate you listening to me. The fact that I had the cojones to walk away from him allowed me to have the respect from him, where he let me advise and we crushed, okay? But let's say it's, again, getting back to they're not asking to go super high, so you're not trying to walk away from someone. Just advise them that, hey, let's do it. Let's give it a shot. I work for you. However, here's the game plan. If it doesn't work within this time frame, if we're getting no showings, well, we're super off because our photos aren't even good enough to match our price, and we got professional photos and video. If we're getting showings but no offers, we're close, because people at least want to see the home and it's within realm. They still think it's just overly priced, right? And you guys can call some of those agents. Get on the phone and call these agents that are looking at your house. If they don't give you feedback, ask them what they think. Super important, right? But have that recourse of like, okay, guys, I work for you. We'll give it a shot. However, if for some reason it's not working within this time frame, these 2 weeks, and we're seeing this pattern of recognition here, we've got to be super assertive, and we've got to make that correction in order to keep traction and keep that momentum while we're on the market from getting stagnant. Buyer wants to offer under asking price, right? Like they walk through a home like, I think I'll do this, right? Or they want to throw too many things on the inspection objection. This gets back to one of our prior videos when we talked about managing clients' emotions. Bottom line, if a buyer is walking through a home telling you what they're going to offer on a home, you didn't go through a buyer process. You did not advise them on what their role is while they're looking for homes, because if you did, they wouldn't be telling you how much they're going to pay for it. Right? They would be making sure it's the home. The one thing that none of us can do, appraisers, inspectors, realtors cannot do for a buyer is pick the home. And they don't need to walk through and find everything that's wrong in the house. We have inspectors for that, right? The one thing they got to do is understand and love that area and love the house for what it is, whether it's a business decision or a personal decision. They've got to love the home for what it is. They got to pick the home. Nobody can pick the home for them. If they start telling you what they're going to pay on a house, well, you didn't advise them, right? Because, hey, what's that process? I've got to talk to the listing agent, right? I've got to get some intel. Hey, in addition to highest and best, what are your clients looking for, right? And hey, where are your offers? Do you have any offers at right now? And a lot of realtors have permission from clients, and they'll talk to you about where their offers are at. Some choose not to. If they choose not to, just say, hey, look, here's what we're looking at coming in at. We're looking at giving you the post occupancy that you want at no cost. We're also looking at coming here as far as price wise. Does that put us in the ballpark? Would that make us competitive with our offer? So if they don't want to tell you how much that their other offers are at, just tell that listing agent where you plan on coming in, where your personal thoughts are at, and see if that would put you in the ballpark. Then you go back to your clients and you say, hey guys, based off of the intel I got from the listing agent, here's where we're at. They're going to need a post occupancy. They're going to need this as well. And hey, as far as like price points, she did not want to give everything away as far as exactly where other offers are at, but she did say if we are at 560, we are super competitive and we are super in the ballpark, and she would love to see our offer. And now it's just whether your clients are all in or not. Hey, maybe you're not in this house for 560. Maybe you don't think it's above 520 because you're just not in it. It didn't have the 3-car garage, it only had 2, and you love the kitchen, but the backyard was just too small. Like, yes, it would suffice, but ultimately, like, you're just not willing to go that high on it because you think we can find something else. Okay, cool. But then we just don't even submit an offer, right? We keep looking, we keep finding the house where you are going to be all in on it, right? It's mildly what a listing agent's going to talk to you about or whether you're going to win or not. It's super, super important to make sure that you give intel and you get your clients prepped so they're all in on whatever offer they choose to submit in regards to that house, right? So, and if they're not all in, hey, that's cool, but I don't need a client telling me what they're going to pay for it because they have no context. Neither do I. Let's see where the offers are at. Let's see what the market demand has for this home. The only thing that decides what's going to win that home is market. And if a seller's, hey, I'm only in it for this, cool, let's move on. But the bottom line is, guys, if they're telling you how much they're going to pay for a house while they're walking through homes, you just haven't prepped them. Second thing, objections. They want to throw 30 items on an inspection objection. This goes back to you guys prepping them during the buyer process, right? Homes are as is, where is, with all faults. Yes, you are allowed to request some changes, but are you changing carpet? Are you changing paint? Are you getting weird? Or is inspection more for items that law, right, or real estate practice would understand that clients don't really see, right? Electrical, professional, like your HVAC system, radon, things that they understand you're not quite savvy with just because you walked through the home. But if you're walking through the home and you see things and you decide to submit an offer, but then on the objection you want to throw 30 items on these little things that you saw walking through, hey, it's not illegal or anything like that, but like you're going to cause some knee-jerk reactions, and maybe that seller is so upset by those they don't even want to fix the things that actually matter to you, right? But the bottom line is, if you prep your buyers appropriately, they would understand the etiquette behind what an inspection is for, and you would make sure that process is super savvy. And it just very rarely does it happen if you're prepping them the right way. So guys, on any type of buyer objection like that, if you're getting anything as far as where they want to offer or problems with inspections, more times than not, you didn't prep them. You didn't go over the buyer process. You didn't prep them. Watch our other video, Managing Client Emotions. I go into it in more in depth. Bottom line, seller selling too high, we covered that. Have a game plan or a recourse for that, or just let them know if it's getting unrealistic and it's super weird and there's some arrogance there and they think they know better and they want to price it uberly high. You got to ask yourself, like, hey, is it really worth having a sign in the yard if I'm just going to get dragged through the mud on this? And you lose your advisory role, so you submit and you let somebody like dictate the process, man, you just have to be super careful with that. And then the discount talk, we had the discount talk. If these things are important to you, if you guys got any value out of this video, would love a subscription from you, would love you guys to like this if you like it. We do these videos every Tuesday and every Thursday. Obviously, Eli's not here. He's busy with some of our clients, so I jumped in and made sure we got you guys some content. And yes, like I said before, we are licensed brokers. We are still building our network with other agents, right, to be on our team and in our downline. And bottom line is we want to help you build your brand and your business. So if that's something for you guys, again, that number popping up below, we are the guys who handle the phone calls and the text messages. We're also the guys who handle the email. So again, if that's for you, would love for you to reach out. We've also got a private Facebook group called Legit Agents. Search that. We throw these videos onto that private group, but once or twice a month on a Friday, we go in and we do live Q&As where we go in more in depth on some of these videos, and we also answer some of your questions right there live. So if that's for you, we'd love to see you guys in that Facebook group or with us. But until next time, guys, until next video, hope you got some value. We'll see you guys soon.